Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time, in my opinion, is a pretty funny one and a pretty crazy one. This story time takes place in the last year of high school for me. For some reason, all my story times recently have been from the last year of high school. I guess just a lot of shit happened that year, so it's fun to tell stuff from that year. But yeah, today's story time topic is vaping. Now, I didn't vape much growing up when it came out and people were doing it. Didn't really do much for me. I've owned a few of them. I've messed around with them a little bit. But like I said, just didn't do much for me. But I have friends that are beyond obsessed with it. Like, insanely obsessed. Luckily, nowadays, they're a little bit better. You know, they're not like out here building $800 mods and like sucking 2 joules at once, being like, dude, it's 50, Nick. You know what I mean? Like, they're not doing that nowadays. But they are still pretty obsessed with it sometimes. Anyway, back in high school when vaping first became like a huge trend where I live, my friend, let's just call him Jonathan or John. John got real into it, okay? He got a little bit too into it. He owned like 2 of the mods. He was just, obsessed with it. And he would always bring one of them to school. Now, every day he'd have that thing at school. He'd be hitting it in the hallway, sneak hitting it in class, going to the bathroom and hitting it, like always going to the bathroom for it. He was a fiend, okay? A vape fiend. And one day, this all starts off as a normal day. We go into school, the day starts as normal, and then I get to my 3rd period class where I sit next to John. And John is just hitting his vape every single time the teacher turns around. And I'm like, John, you gotta be careful, man. Like, if you get caught hitting that, the teacher's gonna freak out and take your vape away. He's like, nah, man, I know when she turns around. I know how long she turns around for. Like, I'll be chilling. I'm like, dude, how could you possibly know that? He goes, nah, just trust me, watch. And then right after he says that, like right after he says watch, the teacher turns around to write something on the board, and he rips a fat cloud and doesn't hold it in, doesn't zero it or anything. Just blows this fat fucking cloud of vape all over the table in front of us. And the teacher turns around and sees it just hovering there. And John had already put his vape away, so the only thing this teacher could see is me and John sitting together at our table and just this giant cloud hovering at our table. And she goes, Austin, John, who did it? Which one of you was it? And I'm just sitting there, just completely dumbfounded. Like, how can you be so stupid to just blow a fat cloud in the middle of class all over the desk when it takes forever to, go away? And she only was turning around to write something on the board quick. Like, how could you do that, John? Come on. I didn't say that out loud, but that's what I was thinking. So John speaks up and he goes, it was me. I'm sorry. I have a vape. And she goes, give me the vape, John. And he goes, I don't wanna. And she goes, I don't care what you want, John. You can't have that in school. Now give me it. Now. And he goes, when will I get it back? She goes, at the end of the day. Okay? At the end of the day. And he goes, fine. And he takes it out and he hands her it and he rolls his eyes and he sighs and makes a bunch of angry noises while he does it because he's all pissed off. And she takes his vape and puts it in one of the drawers in her desk. And then she continues with class. And the whole rest of the class, John just starts to fiend. His leg is twitching. He's tapping the book really rapidly. He's just anxious. He wants his vape back and he wants it now. And I'm like, John, chill out, man. What's wrong? He goes, dude, I'm fucking pissed she took my vape. I'm so pissed right now. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get it back in 4 hours. Relax. He's like, nah, man, fuck that. That's my property. She can't be taking it. I'm like, homie, you ripped it in the middle of class. What did you expect? He's like, I don't know. I thought she wouldn't see. I'm like, what do you mean you thought she wouldn't see? You blew a fucking fat cloud all over the desk. Everyone saw it. The whole class saw it. Of course she's going to see it. He goes, yeah, man, I'm stupid. Tell me more. I was like, all right, man, whatever. Just wait till the end of the day. You'll be fine. Just hold out. You're going to be good. He goes, whatever. So fast forward, it was lunchtime, okay? We're at lunch, me, John, my whole rest of my table. We're all sitting there at lunch, eating our lunch. And John is hardcore fiending. He's at that table just begging people to hit their vapes. And nobody has one with them because no one brought one to school. And finally, about halfway through lunch, John just stands up, hits the table, and goes, that's it. I'm fucking done. I'm getting my vape back now. I'm like, bro, we only have a couple hours left of the day. Can't you wait? He goes, no, I can't. That's mine. I'm addicted to it, and she's withholding it from me. I'm like, John, homie, how you expect to get that thing back right now? It's in her room, probably locked. You can't do that. And he's like, you want to bet? I know she eats lunch at the teacher's lounge, so she won't be in the room right now. I bet I can steal that shit back right now. I'm like, bro, no, you won't. He goes, follow me. And he starts walking out the cafeteria. So naturally, I get up and I follow him because I want to see this with my own eyes. So yeah, I follow him out of the cafeteria. We start walking down the hallway. A couple of our other friends followed as well because they also wanted to see John partake in a dumbass activity like trying to steal his vape back from our teacher before the day ends. So we get up to the door where my teacher's classroom is, and without looking through the little window or anything, John just goes and opens the door. I don't know why it was unlocked. I thought that every teacher locked their doors during lunch. But no, he just swings that bitch open, and we look inside, and the teacher's in there. And my teacher's in there sitting at her desk, not eating lunch, not doing what you think a teacher would be doing during lunch, like grading papers or, on her computer. But no, she's sitting at her desk, hitting John's vape. I shit you not, just ripping a cloud on John's vape. And we just stop and stare at her, and she stares at us, pulls the vape out of her mouth, and goes, "What are you guys doing here? It's lunch." And I'm just like, "What are you doing here?" And she goes, "Just hanging out, relaxing." And I'm like, "Yeah?" And she goes, "Yeah, I am." And then John speaks up and he goes, "Yeah, relaxing while hitting my vape that you took from me. That's messed up. Why are you hitting it?" And she's like, "I just wanted to try it. I just wanted to see what they were like. If everyone's hitting them, I just want to know what it was like." And John goes, "I don't care. You put your mouth on my vape. You owe me a new one." And she goes, "John, you're way too young to be smoking. I don't owe you anything." And he goes, "Yeah, you do. You took it from me and you're hitting it with your mouth. I don't want anyone's germs on it but me." And that's just a lie because John would let anybody hit that thing. So I don't care what he says. He definitely didn't care that she was hitting it. I think he was just mad that she took it away because it was bad and then she was hitting it in school like he was. So he starts yelling at her even more and he's like, "I want it back. I want it back right now. Give me it back." And she goes, "All right, fine. But if I catch you hitting it during the day again, you're getting it taken away." And John goes, "Oh yeah? Me hitting it during the day? Like you're doing right now? Like how we just caught you?" And she goes, "It's different." And I'm like, it's not really different. You both were hitting it during the day. I mean, only difference is John had people around when he did it. You don't. And she goes, "Exactly." I was like, "No, it's still in school. And that's what you were telling him. You shouldn't have that in school. It's not allowed. Like you said that he couldn't have that in school, period." And she goes, "Whatever. I'm not here to debate you guys. Just get out of my room. Go back to lunch. You're not supposed to be in here right now. Okay? You got your vape back. Leave." And we did. We just turned around. We walked out. And when we got out of that classroom, John took the fattest vape hit ever because he was fiending for it. And we went back up to lunch. And I was just in disbelief at what just happened. Like, I didn't think John would succeed in getting it back, let alone succeed in getting it back and catching my teacher hitting his vape. Like, what? But yeah, even though John succeeded, I would still say moral of this story is don't be like John. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much where the story ends. In the end, everything was all good. John got his vape back. The teacher got to try his vape, but she got caught. And that's where it all ends. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
Pace on back, I don't wanna look back, I don't want it like that. I've been going too fast, all the girls like that. And the fake ones wanna see my pulse go flat. And my day ones know I'm a pace on back.